guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little Q&A while I do my paint by numbers, which has definitely been a hobby the past couple months here. So yeah, I asked people to ask questions on my Instagram story, and there were actually a lot more questions than I thought, which is kind of fun. I wrote them down on my computer though, so I can see them while I'm filming on my phone. So if I'm looking this way, that's what I'm looking at. And I also divided them into like categories, so there's like school and future, music, random. That's kind of it, but that's the order we're going in. So first question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't exactly know what I want to be when I grow up. I feel like when you're little you have like such straight answers and you're like, I'm gonna be an artist or like an architect, but like it kind of gets harder once it becomes something that you actually have to think about. But I keep gravitating towards like journalism. Maybe I did a summer program that focused on that, and that was super interesting for me. I would love to take that aspect of like storytelling though and like combine it with like my interest in like social justice work, so I would love to do something that is kind of like an intersection of those two things. But then also I'm like curious, I would love to do that with something that's not just writing, so if it's journalism, like podcasts or some type of new media that makes these stories more accessible. So where do you want to live in the future? Well, like last year I would have said New York, and like I still want to live in New York, but I'll find out I guess in a couple months once I go to college whether or not I actually will enjoy living in New York. Still sounds good in theory. I'm excited for that, but I don't know. I can't talk. I want to live in New York, but then, I don't know, some other city maybe. I really want to live in London for a little bit. That would be fun. Next one is, what are you planning on studying in college? I'm going into college undecided, but I'm thinking about sociology maybe, which seems interesting because like I said, I have this interest in like storytelling, social justice, and to me that kind of seems like it could be along those lines. But I don't really know, and I think my strategy is just going to be like go into college, take classes that interest me, and see which major they kind of fall into and like which ones I like. So that's that. I keep like, I can't multitask. Like this is really hard. I'm looking for number 17 and the numbers are all really small now. I found one. Okay, but now I don't have a question ready to answer while I'm painting. Next one is, what is one thing you miss about senior year that you didn't get because of COVID? Well, obviously we're missing out on like traditions. Like I'm gonna go all of high school without a prom. But I feel like that's actually not what I'm missing the most. I think what I miss the most is like the small like moments of social interaction with like even teachers or people you don't really talk to every day, but like that you enjoy having conversations with. So like, I don't know, I feel like any social interaction now is like a little bit forced just because you have to like be wearing masks and be distanced and like you can't do like what you naturally want to do. So I wish that I could have those moments back. Okay, next question. Someone said college advice. I'm guessing they're talking about like college application advice because I don't have advice for college. I think that one of the things that helped me be less stressed throughout the process was having a really good list of colleges, meaning that I had colleges that I would be happy at that had like higher acceptance rates, low acceptance rates, colleges that like really were different from each other. I know they advise you to like think about like, do you want a big school or a small school? But for me, that's honestly not how it worked. I just picked specific school. My dog is barking. I picked specific schools that I really liked, and that helped me a lot. I was like, you know, if I only got into this one school, like I would still be happy. So I'd say spend a lot of time curating your list so that you know you would genuinely be happy at any of those places. Okay, next is like I'm kind of going into the music section. Someone asked me, what is your favorite song? I don't know if this is like favorite song of all time or current favorite song. I need to look through my playlists for this. My house clean, my groove on, smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the key suite. I ain't playing no games, every word that I say is coming straight from my heart. So if you try to live these eyes, Okay, anyway, that's my favorite song right now. I never said what it was. It's Leave the Door Open by Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. How do you find new music? That is such a good question. I find new music, okay, I tend to like make a playlist and then I really like the recommended thing. Like, you know how Spotify recommends songs to add to a playlist? I think I find songs through that. Also like friend recommendations, those are always good. If I listen to like or watch a movie and the soundtrack is really good, I find music through that. I guess it kind of varies. Best playlist you've made? I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know. It's called That Morning Sway in the Kitchen with a Lover. And I think this is my best playlist because it is fitting a mood, but the songs in it are like all different genres. So like there's like Otis Redding and Marvin Gaye, but then there's also John Mayer, Leon Bridges, Jack Johnson, you know, like all different artists, so like it's kind of for anyone, but it fits this mood. So I think that's my best playlist. But recently I made another playlist, or it's based off of this show I watched that is so good called High Fidelity. It's about this woman who is like processing a breakup and she works in a record store, and it is literally so good. And that's kind of like more groovy, like staring at the bedroom music. So that's what I've been listening to lately. And someone else said, who is your favorite artist right now? That's a really hard question. I think I'm the type of person that like picks songs I like instead of artists I like. But a go-to of mine lately has been Rex Orange County, which is kind of basic, but I think it's very good. I don't know if that's my favorite artist. I really just can't think of any others. Okay, and then going into the random section of these Q&As, favorite fast food place. I don't actually have fast food that often, but when I do, any poke bowl place, because you know it's fast because they just like add it onto your bowl. What else? I haven't had Chipotle in forever, but that's really good. Dream vacation. I want to go to Italy and Hawaii. Those are probably my dream vacations right now. I had the realization the other day that I haven't been swimming since literally the year 2019, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years now, because it was probably like in the summer. So anywhere where I can go swimming sounds pretty good to me right now. Someone else said biggest fear. Actually, it might have been this. No, it was the same person who asked that. Biggest fear, I have an irrational fear of, maybe it's not irrational, but I have a fear of drowning. I also have a fear, I think everyone has this fear, but like of experiencing the death of someone you love. That got really deep, but I guess that's a fear. Next one is, if you had 24 hours left to live, what would you do? I feel like I'd suddenly become less afraid, so I would go skydiving. I probably wouldn't travel anywhere because that would waste some of my 24 hours. I would eat like the best food, like ramen maybe, or like just really good food, spend a ton of money. I probably would be with my family and friends all day, like somehow just get all of them to come with me to do everything. Yeah, that sounds like a good day. And last question is, what is your sign and do you believe in astrology? So I'm a Scorpio, which is kind of controversial for in terms of likability, but my moon sign is a Taurus and my rising is Pisces, which I feel like kind of makes sense. So whether or not I believe in astrology is a good question. I don't know the answer to that, but I do find astrology interesting. I think I actually talked about this in another vlog, but I think it is cool and it kind of makes sense sometimes. And I think for a lot of people it provides some sort of like relief or satisfaction or comfort in themselves and like gives them a better understanding of themselves. So that's pretty cool. I have occasionally guessed people's signs, so I don't know. Maybe I believe in it, but I also don't get it. So that's my 2 cents on that. Those are actually all the questions I had. And yeah, I think that was kind of fun. Hopefully it was fun. I'll show you my painting right now. This is what it looks like. Kind of weird, but it's supposed to look like this at the end. like this. And so we're doing kind of the messy part right now. So anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Hopefully that gave you a little more knowledge about what I'm like, who I am, stuff like that. So yeah, see you guys in another video soon. Bye.